Hey guys, so we are in the youth center basement, if you don't know by now. So I actually do have another round of updates to share with you guys in the basement. And actually this room is exactly the same. Nothing's different. I just usually start in this room since it's right in the front. But all the outdoor fans are the same. This room is going to get an overhaul eventually. I haven't quite gotten to it yet, but I'm going to probably restructure how the fans are installed and be able to put a few more in. Because I do have another Sierra and another gazebo ready to go to be added to this room. So, but for now, it's still just the same four. Next, this room has one pretty big update. Doesn't really look like anything is different. The funny part is I actually was going to put it here, but it didn't actually clear everything, so I had to come up with something else. And it did fit here. Yep, a Hunter bath and dressing room, I believe from 1996, if I'm not mistaken. This one I've had for a while. I think it was a marketplace find a while ago. This one actually was in my storage unit at my apartment for a while without a light, but it's the same fan. I added a 3 turtle fitter on there. I think those globes are actually, or those shades are actually Hunter shades, if I'm not mistaken. I think those came off a genuine Hunter light kit, but threw those on, figured it would look kind of neat. But yes, it is a very, very tight fit. If I had the down rod on hand, that would have made it a little bit easier, but I ended up just using an electrical box to drop it down enough to clear the beam, and then it's far enough that way that it'll clear the ductwork there. So I mean, it barely fits, but I made it work. And then all of the other fans are about the same. I did top off the oil on this one since it's been running pretty hard. I wanted to make sure it actually was pretty good even as is, but I did top it off. All right, and then the back room has a couple of new things to show. So, first of all, most of the fans are the same. Harbor Breeze Lakeside 2. Here's the Hunter preference. If you remember last time I had a antique brass light kit on it, which didn't quite match. I've since come across a Verdi, an actual Hunter Verdi light kit, which I added to the fan, and I think it looks a lot better, a lot more uniform with the finish. And then I went with some, I guess, ribbed glass shades. I figured that was appropriately 90s. But yeah, this fan I think looks like a lot better with these shades, or with this light kit rather. So nice and matches. The Walmart's the same. This is the other bigger update for tonight. This is a Hunter Embassy. Formerly I had the Code-Up wood housing EM series here. Another collector was interested in buying that fan, Gabe Justice, and I didn't have any issue with selling it to him, so I took that one down, and this one is the successor to it. I think this one's probably a little bit better choice for down here, just given that it's already in pretty rough shape. The brass is very, very tarnished. You can see it's some of the lacquer's coming off. The irons look almost silver. I actually have 2 of them, and these came out of a bar and grill in Madison, Wisconsin near Dan. And there were 2 of them. The other one is actually in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than this one. So this is definitely the cruddier one, hence why I put it down here. But yeah, the other one I cleaned up a little bit better, and I opted to keep that one for my collection. So, but yeah, this one is the successor to the Code-Up. Definitely a neat one. You don't see. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was Hunter's only GE Vent offering ever. I don't think there were any others that I'm coming to mind, at least. This one is from 1988. It's actually a little bit older than I would have thought. But yeah, this poor thing's had a rough life, I think. I'm betting it was like right near a grill or something, because like all that cooking grease just kind of just coated the whole thing. So but did the best I could to get it presentable. So that is now the corner fan. The low profile 2 is the same, CEC is the same, and the Heritage is the same. Now there's one kind of behind the scenes update that I did here. So given the amount of fans that are now on this in the youth center basement, the way I had originally set it up in terms of wiring them was not the best given the quantity of fans. So I ended up actually separating off everything in this room from the rest because it was actually all running off the same outlet before, even like the other rooms. This one is now on a completely different circuit, and I mean it's a little bootleg, but this outlet's actually on its own circuit. That's just how we happen to wire it. So that plug is actually the rest of the fans. And then I opted to switch the bulb to a preheat circline fluorescent, which I thought was a neat idea. I just had a incandescent in there before, I believe, and yep, cloth pull chain. Kind of a neat idea, I thought. So I guess the on-off switch that formerly just controlled that actually is now a kill switch for everything in the room. So, but yeah, I mean, it's not really much different. I mean, you still just go around and toggle all the lights manually, and then I'll just be leaving the switch on if I want to leave the fans on. So, all right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just demonstrate the new things fully, just so that you know, we've got a good, like, you know, speed demonstration and everything, and then I'll do a separate video doing mass like speeds on everything. I actually did test like every fan, all however many fans are down here. Let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So there are 17 fans in the youth center basement, and I did in fact test them all on high, and we did not have any issues with popping fuses or anything, so no wires getting warm or anything. So seems like it's balanced a bit better. But yeah, this video I'm just going to show the new things, I think, in detail. So again, the Hunter, the fan obviously is going to be the same, and then there's your just on off. Here's what it looks like without the light on. This fan's in okay condition. It's not the best, it's not the worst. I think it was used in a sunroom because the blades are pretty like dried out. But overall, pretty nice fan. I think it looks great with this light. So we'll put that back on, and then let's go through the Hunter Embassy on all speeds just individually so we can show that. Oh, the light kit is actually one I added. They did not have light kits in the original install. I think this might actually be an actual Hunter light kit because it's one that actually lines up pretty well with the switch housing, because with these Hunters a lot of times you have to have a like kind of adapter ring. In fact, this one right here has it. You can see it's got that little like adapter ring so you don't have the gap, but yeah, this one lines up nicely. So this one actually was on one of the Sanctuary fans originally, so it was just one I found laying around, thought it would look good, and it actually lines up real nice. So okay, let's go through the speeds on this. There it is low. It's got a tiny bit of hum, but nothing serious. Most of these Hunters do have a slight hum. And interestingly, the blades are not reversible. They are I guess rosewood or walnut. I'm not sure what they call that. They kind of reddish wood on both sides. That was interesting. I guess the switch blades must have been a later thing. Nice breeze already. All right, and then let's go to medium. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of hum, but pretty average medium. Yeah, no, definitely moves some air. There's actually a video on Dan's channel of this very fan installed in its original spot. I think he filmed there a few years ago, but we can link that in the description if you're interested. All right, and hi. Yeah, no, it does well. Really nice performer. I think it's more powerful than the Codep. I'll flip the light off. You can see that. There's without the light. And then you can really see that. That's supposed to be bright brass. It's just very, very tarnished. But yeah, despite its rough shape, it's a real nice runner. So, that back off. Let it spin down. Yeah, I'm not sure if the some of the metal parts like have a different type of lacquer, or maybe the way the lacquer adheres to it's different, because it's the blade irons, the switch cap, and I guess those are the main parts. The blade irons and the switch cap discolored really, really badly. Like the switch cap literally does look silver. The blade irons aren't as bad, but even there, they kind of lost some of it. But I guess in this case it worked out, because I mean, with the light kit, we don't have to worry about the switch cap. But those would be good ones to repaint for a white fan, or even antique brass spray paint for an antique brass fan. Unfortunately, the vent screen pretty much disintegrated when I was cleaning it, so I just took it out completely. Yeah, pretty good, like very good spin down. So, all right, and then like I said, I'm gonna do a full tour in a separate video in terms of fan speeds, but I figure I will also show the bathroom dressing room, since that's the other new addition for tonight. Like I said, there's the light off. There it is low. Yeah, the bath and dressing room is an interesting fan, because it really is just a 42-inch coastal breeze with a slightly different, I don't know about medium, but I know the low speed has a different capacitor value to slow it down a little bit, but the motor is the same as the 42-inch coastal breeze. It's also really interesting how when this thing was installed in my storage unit, it definitely hummed. In here, I mean, it's damn near silent. So yeah, sometimes the install will make a difference. Already moving a little bit of air. All right, let's go to medium. Yeah, I think it actually looks better on camera with the light off. All right, and high. So as you can imagine, with a 42-inch motor, with tiny blades, it flies on high. And I actually got it balanced pretty well too. And then I'll do spin on. Let me give you kind of a perspective where it is. There's the SMC Futura, the bath and dressing room, and then the Georgian's over there. So I kind of have like, I guess 4 in a row, sort of. If we got rid of all this ductwork, it'd be a lot easier to stick more fans in, but without doing that, this is pretty good use of space, I'd say. But yes, a lot of trial and error to get this to fit right. And stopped. So back on. All right. So yeah, stay tuned for I'm gonna do a full walkthrough, all speeds on all fans in each room, all 17 of them. But yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching. Hey guys, so this is going to be a full speed and operation tour of all 17 fans that are currently in the youth center basement. I did some work tonight. If you'll see in the other video, I added a couple of fans, did a few swaps, and made a few other improvements. But let's get started. So Emerson round nose. It's 2-speed, so I'll put it on its. Sometimes you gotta give it a boost, but there we go. Okay, there's that one on low. The infamous Nick Gamboa Sierras. Okay, so here's everything on low in this room. Some garbage on the floor. All right, let's go to the next room. kind of see the 3 in a row right there. Well, a row, if you want to call it that. Kind of have to dodge a lot of this old ductwork. I still find it really interesting how these two fans basically have the same motor, and yet there's a pretty noticeable performance difference. Like this one is more powerful and the speeds are just generally faster. I suppose I could check the capacitor in that, but these later DC52s usually are not especially powerful, so I don't know. Maybe they just spec'd it a little differently on the Futura. All right, and then let's go on to the last room. Seems like the bearings have quieted down on this one. They were a little problematic at first, but it seems like they're starting to loosen up as it runs. All right. Pretty neat shot right there. You can see 4 of them. All right, and then so we'll go on to medium. The round nose is only set up to be 2 speeds, so I'll just leave that one on low for now. Let's go bump all the outdoor fans to medium. Yeah, the Farseer always seems a little bit faster than that one. Wondering if maybe the capacitor drifted high or something on that one. Because the gazebo and the other Seer are almost exactly the same on medium, but then that one really moving. All right, and on to medium in here. Yeah, bathroom dressing room's already flying. All right, and let's go to the last room for medium. Here we are at medium in the third room. Hard to get them all in one shot, but I'll see what I can do. All right, and time for high. I'll go up here a little bit so you can see the round nose a little better. Absolutely beastly on high. Does hum. Some of that might be because of the ball socket mount. Okay. Right here's probably the most powerful fan in the whole install, unsurprisingly. dressing room. Not used to it yet. Man, that bathroom dressing room is fast. Bring the tachometer down here and see what it's actually doing. I would bet you it's close to 300. Georgian's not far behind, but I think the Georgian's slightly slower. All right, and last room, high speed. A lot of hum. Guess with 7 motors running, it's bound to happen. Yeah, the low profile 2 and the Embassy speeds are almost identical, and I guess that would make sense. Still amazes me how good of a runner this one is, this Lakeside 2. It's definitely a cheaply made fan, but it performs quite well. A lot of air movement. Talk about close. This one's pretty similar. Yeah, unfortunately, there's really no good way for me to do spin down by myself here, so I'm probably gonna just end it here. But I hope you enjoyed the updated youth center basement fan setup. Thanks for watching. Quick addendum to the demonstration. This is what I would kind of call like nightlight mode for the back room. All fans on low, lighted housing went on, that on, and then the infamous eternal spotlight. But yeah, it's definitely looks a little creepier with just that on. I always thought those things were neat. All right, thanks for watching.